What is going on, YouTube? My name is Lucas. First of all, I want to welcome HUMBL Nation to the video. I also want to welcome bashers, haters, anyone who wants to talk trash on this stock. Welcome to this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I am beyond excited. Actually, before we get in, let me roll up the sleeves because I think we're going to need to in this one. There is a ton of content we are going to be covering. There was an acquisition. HUMBL announced an acquisition. This is a huge asset acquisition, ladies and gentlemen, of BizSecure. Now, there was a lot of information that really kind of rushed into really the networks that provide you all the information, whether it's Twitter, StockTwits, Yahoo Finance. It was all there, and there was a lot to really dissect. Like I said, a lot of people start doing the due diligence that came with it. Who these people are, what is BizSecure, what do they actually do as a business? It was phenomenal to see. Now, there was obviously a lot of things that compounded after the announcement, and that could be another video in itself, which I think I'm going to save. This video is going to be specifically about the acquisition, who's coming on board, and why this truly is such a huge, significant deal. It really, really is, and I think that there's a lot to be had from a military standpoint to a Department of Defense to really where they're heading with this acquisition, and I think that is huge. Now, before we really dive into this video, I do want to let you guys know government contracts are not handed out like candy on Halloween. This is something that is, earned, and it's a process, and there's a lot that has to go into making sure that that happens. And I think that needs to be aware, and anyone who watches this video, that is the biggest thing I want to get across, is the fact that the people that we acquired, this company that was acquired, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, is huge when it comes to that. And so I really wanted to get that out, highlight that before we dive in and really just go into the meat and potatoes of this acquisition. So if you're interested in HUMBL, if you're interested in the acquisition of BizSecure, then I suggest you stay tuned right after this. But before we dive into this video and I just start unleashing content to you, I ask that you guys smash that subscribe button, as it helps out tremendously. It lets me know that you guys enjoy these videos and really support the channel. Smash that like button, as we are still to this day trying to figure out this YouTube algorithm, and comment down below. Guys, I enjoy commenting and talking to you guys about sports, HUMBL, whatever it may be. I really do enjoy it. Also, head on over to Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, as there's a lot of engagement over there, and there's so much good stuff that happens about HUMBL over there. Guys, I honestly can't say enough about what's going on at Twitter. So head on over there, follow me. And now, without further ado, let's dive into this video. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting a positive start to Monday. And the reason is just kind of how we've been trending and some of the information we received as a company on Friday. Not that it is a overall negative, because it is not by any means. But the ETXs were put on hold. That's a positive for me in an aspect of HUMBL is that many steps ahead, and they had to retract, they had to pull back. And I think that that's something that we can see as long-term investors of how positive that truly is. This company was that far ahead in something that they had to pull it back, kind of reel it in. And I think that's significant. But from that, I figured, a lot of bashers, a lot of shorts, a lot of people who just don't truly believe in this company were going to hit that hard and drive this down as much as they possibly could. But we wake up, we find out the information is just unleashed, basically, that HUMBL enters into an asset acquisition agreement with BizSecure, which we talked about in the open. But now what we're going to do is we're really going to start peeling back the layers, and we're going to start dissecting all this information. And like I said in the open, there is a lot, guys, so I'm going to really provide you the best possible information that I can and really kind of give you my own thoughts as we're going through this. We're going to find out who is climbing on board, because this was a complete acquisition, and I really am just excited because I think as more people continue to do due diligence and really provide information to you, like I will on this platform, I think you're going to find out how really significant this is, and I can't say that enough. So without further ado, like I said earlier, let's dive in and start talking about this. Now this makes me excited because this is the first time I've been able to say this. HUMBL Inc. OTCQB announced today that it has acquired the mobile identification, verifiable credentials, and blockchain tokenization platform of BizSecure, as well as its employees and consulting resources. Pretty interesting. With this extensive acquisition, HUMBL will form a new commercial division called HUMBL Blockchain Services, which will introduce and deliver blockchain corporate and governmental solutions. I think that should be underlined. It is unquestionable that corporations and governments around the world are entering a blockchain decade, ranging from mobile identification to decentralized tokenization inside mobile wallets, said CEO of BizSecure. We are excited to join the HUMBL team to help build and navigate our clients' future. We're glad you're aboard. Honestly, we are glad that you joined and were acquired. I mean, this is incredible. As a result of the acquisition, HUMBL Blockchain Services will assume an existing United States Air Force contract to perform mobile identification and flight card testing on blockchain, which naturally enables the pursuit of additional corporate and government contracts. Guys, that paragraph right there needs to just be engraved into your memory. This is something that isn't given out, like I stated earlier, as just a free test. This isn't something that's given out like Halloween candy where you just, hey, trick or treat, fill my bag. This is something that is earned. There's a lot of commitment, and you have to have ties, you have to have connections, you have to prove that you're worthy of something like this. This is a huge deal. This is a big deal. And again, as more people continue to do due diligence, and we're going to find out who is joining on board, you will see why this is such a big deal. And this is almost the first of its kind as well. These are going to be like trial phases. They're learning. They're going to test stuff. Maybe it fails, but then they come back. Guys, this is really a big time deal. The BizSecure team runs on hard work, regulatory compliance, and blockchain technology innovation. Exactly what we wanted for the HUMBL Blockchain Services division, said Brian Foote, CEO of HUMBL. Well, it sounds like HUMBL itself. I mean, hard work underlined again. I mean, that's what this company is all about. The acquisition has been consummated as an asset purchase, with BizSecure partners receiving 13.2 million shares of common stock and 26.8 million restricted stock units that vest over a 2-year period at an estimated value of $6.8 million US, based on the market closing on February 11th, 2022. To ensure no dilution is incurred by HUMBL shareholders as part of the acquisition, HUMBL CEO Brian Foote will personally cancel a consummate amount of his own Series B preferred shares to offset the 40 million shares issued in payment for the assets of BizSecure. What CEO do you know that does that? Other than Brian Foote, there might be one, there might be two, but there's not a whole lot out there. Brian Foote is one of a kind, ladies and gentlemen. He truly cares about the shareholders, but he also cares about the direction of this company, anyone who works for it or is tied to it. That is a big deal. That man is giving up shares that are going to be turned into money. A CEO who is currently taking $1 as a salary. I mean, that just speaks volumes to me, and that shows what type of leadership we have. That shows who Brian Foote truly is, and it's just incredible. It truly is. Before we dive into this next part, Brian Foote actually tweeted, and I understand that they're in a quiet period. You know, there was a lot of things that couldn't be said, and Brian Foote really has kind of went on silence because, one, he's expected to, but also, he's probably grinding. He's probably doing his job. He did tweet and said, hopefully folks can take a few minutes to read the professional bios of our new HUMBL Blockchain Services HBS team members. They have served our country already in government, armed services, and technology. Honored to work alongside them going forward. As you can see, there is a picture of them. It was kind of a teaser from the Super Bowl, and then it all made sense today as it unraveled. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about these individuals. So with this acquisition, HUMBL has entered into employment and consulting agreements with the following team members to lead the HUMBL Blockchain Services Division, effective immediately. Now, obviously, Alfonso comes over as the former CEO of BizSecure, is now going to be the vice president in this aspect. So, Alfonso is a technology entrepreneur with a focus on enterprise and government solutions development. He has worked across multiple U.S. government defense components such as the Naval Air System Command, NAVAIR, Naval Sea Systems Command, NAVC, and the U.S. Marine Corps Global Combat Support Systems. He was tasked with applying his skills and experience to support the enhanced multiple classified programs and activities in the support of national security services, technology, and cybersecurity programs initiatives. Guys, I'm just in shock and awe as I'm going to read this. So you may get some, might pause for a minute just because it's incredible. He has supported NAVAIR in establishing networks on the NIPR, the SIPR, and the DREEN networks, as well as establishing standalone research, development, testing, and evaluation networks at NAVAIR Fleet Readiness Center Southwest. He is also responsible for designing and implementing the networks, as well as conducting cyber risk management framework activities to accredit systems. His knowledge of the NIST 800-53A security controls was instrumental in mission accomplishment. He also, in his time supporting the U.S. Marine Corps system as an information system security engineer, as well as managing various plans of action and milestones consisting of 20,000 plus line items. In addressing changes to the U.S. federal cybersecurity posturing, the CEO leaned forward and became a registered cybersecurity maturity model certified practitioner, as well as a registered practitioner to support the development of implementation in the NIST 800-171 security controls compliance. In addition to being a CMMC registered practitioner, he also holds numerous certifications including CompTIA Security Plus and various operating system certifications to meet DoD compliance for the IAT Level 2. Guys, all these it's just incredible. And if you really are interested, go in, punch these in, and you'll find out a lot more information. Obviously, I don't want to make an hour-long video on this because people would not dive in. So he also has certifications including Data Robot, a leading automated machine learning SaaS platform that supports both public and private industries in enhancing business intelligence and data services, so software as a service. In addition to Data Robot, he also holds certifications in robotic process automation platform. Guys, this is all incredible. This is absolutely this man is loaded with a wealth of knowledge when it comes to this platform. And he's doing it in a government entity. He's been doing it with the military. I mean, the naval side, the marine side, obviously those two can kind of be put together. One of the biggest ones for me was this. He received national recognition from the National Security Agency, Cisco, and Northrop Grumman Corporation. He was 2015 Cisco Networking Challenge and National Champion, placed third overall in the Cyber Patriot Master Challenge against 2,000 teams nationwide. Guys, this next one, honestly, if I was in uniform, I would salute. I have, just reading this man's resume, I have the utmost respect for him already. Man, this is incredible. Clement Danish, Director of Government Services. He has 20 plus years of global and multi-agency experience in strategic planning, execution management, and assessment design. He provides expertise from his time in the U.S. Army as an infantry officer, ranger instructor, and company commander. Guys, that is no joke right there. This man has done some incredible things from the Army side, and he was a company commander, so captain and above. This is a big deal. As well as government civilian with the Office of Secretary of Defense for Intelligence and Policy. That's loaded right there. And we're in one paragraph in. Clement and his team created, maintained, and expanded several Department of Defense activities that established multi-agency research and development efforts, as well as an international cooperation activities focused on operational advantage across the information environment. Clement was the co-developer and initial deputy director of the DoD's Office of Commercial Economic Analysis that addresses economic and financial activities that impact our national security. Guys, again, this is a heavy hitter. This is the heavyweight. These guys are no joke. They're bringing government entities, and they're loaded. Their resumes are loaded. Guys, this is not a joke. It blows my mind. His use of critical analysis and strategy development enabled him to address pragmatic and resource issues across the Department of Defense for multi-domain efforts focusing on human and technical influence. His areas of expertise include government policy design, development and implementation, information advantage and influence warfare, foreign disclosure review, intelligence collection design, commercial and economic analysis, denial and deception, counterterrorism, multi-domain surveillance, strategic communications planning, and assessment development for multi-agency operational and acquisition efforts. Like I stated earlier in a tweet, this man's a badass. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be blunt. He is an absolute badass. Clement departed the U.S. Department of Defense in 2017 to become ACOM, Director of the Enterprise Risk Analysis Program, Advisor for Critical Infrastructure Protection Plan Development. Clement has since consulted for various U.S. federal agencies as well as foreign partners, working to better align capabilities and requirements with their U.S. counterparts. In 2019, he was published in the Cipher Brief in a significant co-authored paper called Reconsidering Great Power Competition Below Armed Conflict. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you this, and I can assure you this because I served in the military. These guys are going to be precise. They're going to be very to the T. They are going to be as accurate as possible, but the analysis that goes into performing their task, they're going to evaluate everything, and then they're going to choose the right option. This is huge. Ian Calderon, Director of Government Affairs. Again, heavy hitter. Like this lineup, guys, this reminds me of Murderer's Row for the Yankees. This is something you don't want to mess with. If you're a pitcher, you don't want to face this. Competitors, you don't want to face this. I mean, this is incredible. Ian, the former majority leader of the California State Assembly. Holy smokes. He served 8 years in Assembly from 2012 to 2020. He was the first millennial ever elected to the state legislature, the youngest majority leader in the state history, and the longest serving majority leader in the term-limited era. While serving as majority leader, Ian established the California Blockchain Working Group with AB 2658, which delivered a formal report to the legislature in 2020 that included policy recommendations on how the state should approach blockchain. He is a regular contributor to blockchain community as a speaker at blockchain conferences and on podcasts. Ian authored 2 blockchain bills during his last term in California Assembly, AB 2004 and AB 2150. AB 204 sought to establish a framework for blockchain-based verifiable credentials to use to verify COVID-19 test results, while AB 2150 would have provided regulatory clarity for cryptocurrencies that qualify as securities under state law. During his tenure as majority leader, Ian also served as co-chair of the California State Legislative Technology and Innovations Caucus, and sat on multiple committees, including those on privacy and consumer protection. I mean, incredible. Operations, banking and finance and insurance, among others. Ian has consistently championed policies around emerging technologies and offers unparalleled insight into the legislature's mindset and approach in all policy areas. Guys, heavy hitters. I'm going to keep saying it. Dan Hom, government consultant. Dan Hom has more than 20 plus years of business experience. Guys, they're not going out and getting rookies. They're not going out and getting people who don't have experience. These are people who are loaded with resumes. These people have a ton of experience in what they are doing. Again, precision. They're not just this is huge. 20 plus years of business experience and international expertise. As the president of Focuscom, his responsibilities include driving business development as well as managing and providing strategy for private and public sector clients. Dan served as the vice president of Porter Novelli, where he managed a successful public relations and public affairs firm with offices located worldwide. Additionally, he led the Asian Pacific team at Porter Novelli with a strategic international partners in Asia. Dan serves as the chairman of the board for University Club of San Diego, is a board member of the Red Cross, chairman emeritus for the Chula Vista Police Foundation, and a board member for the San Diego Harbor Police. He is the current advisory board president for the Asian Business Association of San Diego, Political Action Committee Chair for the Lincoln Club of San Diego, and the immediate past board member chair of the San Diego Asian Film Foundation. Mr. Hom was also a former board member of the San Diego World Trade Center Association, was a board member of 2 privately held corporations, and former vice president of Southwestern College Foundation. Dan has hosted various government officials, including Secretary of the Navy Carlos Del Toro, Newt Gingrich, Mike Pompeo, Congresswoman Kathy McMorris, Rogers, and other officials. Guys, oh my goodness. Dan studied political science at San Diego State University with a minor in Mandarin Chinese studies. He currently lives in the city of Chula Vista with his wife Lisa and their daughter Audrey. Guys, I honestly when I read this, I had to sit there for a minute. I had to collect my thoughts. I don't think the average person understands how significant this acquisition is. The people alone provide just an endless roll of knowledge, an endless roll of government ties, DoD ties, military ties. Yeah, I understand that, they're working in a blockchain aspect. They're working to get everything, in a humble form. But guys, this is a huge connection to just a vast, open, guys, I'm telling you, I'm beyond excited for this. And obviously there was some things that came out with George Sharp that really kind of, I think, clouded over this. And the George Sharp stuff will be talked about in another video. But again, I just want to focus on how significant this is. And I hope that everyone continues to do due diligence on this and finds out more information and finds out directions that they're going to continue to head. And I'm just excited. This is incredible. I would break down the chart, but you guys know where it's at. There's no reason to really kind of talk about a share price that isn't just reflecting truly where this company's going or headed. One thing I do want to talk about finally before I just, wrap this thing completely up is we are still anticipating Brian Foote to come out and talk about earnings, to talk about really kind of the direction, give us the blueprint, the guidelines, really kind of give us the floor plan on where we're heading when it comes to this company this year. And I'm excited, looking forward to that. Really looking forward to this conference call when it does ever happen. And I think there's going to be a lot of information, a lot of emotion from Brian Foote. I think you're going to see how excited he is about this acquisition and where this company's headed. So I appreciate you checking out this video as always. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. Make sure you comment down below. Follow me on Twitter. And as always, you guys know how I do it. Have a good day.